Most people think they can spot manipulation. They can't. And the ones who say nobody could ever fool me are usually the easiest targets of all. But there is a specific kind of person who is genuinely different. Something inside them reacts to even the faintest trace of manipulation. The subtle pressure hidden inside a compliment. The guilt wrapped inside a favor. The control disguised as concern. They don't just notice it. They feel it. Before their brain has finished processing, something in their body has already said, no. If that sounds familiar, today's video is for you. The psychology behind this resistance is one of the most misunderstood stories in behavioral science. Understanding it might change the way you see yourself entirely. Manipulation bypasses rational decision-making. Instead of giving you real information and letting you choose freely, a manipulator works underneath that process, using guilt, fear, obligation, or manufactured gratitude. For most people, this is largely invisible. The human brain is built for social trust. We are wired to bond and cooperate. That wiring creates a blind spot. When someone presents themselves as caring, our guard lowers automatically. It's not stupidity. It's biology. But for some people, this automatic trust response works differently. Their amygdala is more sensitive to social cues that don't add up. A smile that doesn't reach the eyes. A compliment that arrives slightly too fast. Concern that seems to benefit the person expressing it more than you. Their brain catches these signals and flags them. A quiet discomfort. A tension in the chest. A voice somewhere deep that says, wait. Most people dismiss that voice. These people have learned to listen to it. Psychology points to two primary origins. Origin 1, they learned it the hard way. This sensitivity didn't start as a gift. It started as a wound. Growing up in an environment where love was conditional. Affection used as reward and withdrawn as punishment. I'm only doing this because I love you, said before something that served only the speaker. Guilt was a primary tool of control. Children in these environments can't leave. They can't fight back. So their nervous system adapts. It learns to detect manipulation patterns before they fully land. Once the detection system is built, it doesn't come with an off switch. It follows them into every adult relationship. The colleague who flatters them before asking for something triggers alarm bells. The partner who uses sadness to redirect conflict sets off something deep. What looks like paranoia is actually a learned immune system. One that was built to keep them safe, and still believes it needs to. Origin 2, they are simply wired this way. It is simply how their brain was built. Sensory processing sensitivity. Certain individuals process all incoming information more deeply than average. This includes emotional information. Social information. The invisible data that flows between people in every interaction. A manipulative dynamic registers as a full-body experience. The gap between what someone is saying and what they're actually doing. They are not choosing to be suspicious. Their nervous system is processing the full picture, including the parts most people never consciously notice. Truth 1, they don't distrust people. They distrust dynamics. The most common misconception is that they are cynical. That they think everyone is out to get them. This is almost never true. What they distrust is not people, it's patterns. A favor that arrives right before a request. A compliment that felt slightly too targeted. Affection that disappears the moment it stops producing the desired response. The entire dynamic of an interaction shifts for them, even if nothing visible has changed at all. This can make them seem suddenly cold or withdrawn. The truth is that something did change. They just can't always explain what. Truth 2, an extraordinary capacity for real connection. Here is something that doesn't get said nearly enough about these people. The relationships they do stay in are almost always genuine. They are not won over by charm. They are not kept in place by guilt. What earns their trust, consistency, honesty, the absence of a hidden agenda. They become some of the most loyal and deeply committed people you will ever know. The relationships they form are ones they chose freely. A person who cannot be kept anywhere they don't truly want to be. When they stay, they mean it. Here is something that needs to be said directly to you. Your sensitivity to manipulation is not a flaw. It is not damage. It is a form of intelligence, one that protects something worth protecting. Your right to make free choices in your own life. The awareness you carry is a gift. There is a difference between detecting manipulation and expecting it everywhere. Between reading a dynamic clearly and prejudging it. When the discomfort appears, that quiet signal. Instead of immediately withdrawing, try pausing. Ask, is this coming from the present, or from the past? You don't have to lower your standards. Sometimes the most powerful thing is to stay in the room long enough to find out. The people who can see manipulation clearly, who cannot be kept anywhere they don't want to be, are the people capable of the most honest, most unshakable love. That is genuinely rare. Leave a comment. Share it with someone who carries this sensitivity without knowing why. Press like if this gave you something to think about. Subscribe so you don't miss the next time we hold up a mirror to the mind. Take care of yourself. See you next time.